We have been sold this almost like fantasy that anyone can start a business and that when you start a business, it's going to, start to grow and you'll be able to be self-sufficient. It is so fucking hard.
I've had a friend for 10 years. We used to work together and have kept in touch ever since and see each other a few times a year. Recently, she's started a business and now all messages end in, "Do you want these products?" or ways to try to sell them to me. I am considering ending this friendship because of this. She usually takes weeks to reply to messages, but when she's trying to sell something to me, she replies straight away. When I said no, she goes back to taking weeks to reply. I see that she's active on Instagram stories like 10 times a day, trying to market and sell this product. I just feel a bit used. What should I do? Any advice is appreciated.
Firstly, I feel sad that this is where your friendship is at, but also I kind of also feel a bit bad for your friend as well for two reasons. Firstly, one, you shouldn't be friends with people who you feel as though your friendship is not a priority and you feel like you're being marketed to or you're a commodity for them, a way of making an income. But I do also think potentially the reason why your friend is doing this is because if she's started a business or if she's working for a business that requires her to sell whatever that is, it is a really, really hard thing. So she's probably trying to get this off the ground. And in her mind, she may not be someone who is very marketing skilled. She may not be someone who is very business savvy. And this is how she feels she's able to sort of grow her network. Should she be using her friends as a way of doing that? Absolutely not. Like, it will damage her friendships and she's going to learn that the hard way, because if you're feeling this way, you can guarantee that there are other people within her networks who are feeling the same way as well. Which is why I would say to you to have an honest conversation with her first, especially if you value the friendship and you want to keep her around and you value the last 10 years of friendship that you've had. Because I think the behavior changes. She may not be aware of how much it's an abuse of the friendship, if that makes sense, and how used you're feeling as a commercial commodity, I guess.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I don't think there's many responses to this. I think you just need to say, if you don't, just say it's skincare. We don't know what it is, but just say it's skincare. You just say, "Hey, I really love my skincare that I'm using, so I'm good, thank you. I'd love to see you soon though. When are you free?" And like, you've said it there. You've said, so you're not just saying I don't want it now, because I think that's the problem. That's when people come back and be like, "Let me know when you're done, then you can try
Totally.
this." So maybe just commit to whatever it is that you like what you're using and you're totally happy. But hey, we'd love to see you soon. Like, it's nothing personal. Let's catch up. And then hopefully they stop trying to sell you the product and hopefully you catch up and the friendship continues. There's a part of me that totally understands why she's trying to sell to you. Like, it is a business. It's really tough times. Like, I have so many friends trying to make ends meet in so many different ways, like really creative ways. And I do always try to support that in whatever it is, even if I'm just supporting it at the start and then maybe it's not long term in terms of like, I can't think of anything similar to this, but it's like, I'm not going to go and sign up to something for the next 20 years because I want to support them if I don't believe in the product or need it, or, because everyone is trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
But I understand why she's doing it too, because people have families or mortgages to pay and bills to pay, and they're trying to sell. If they sell to one person, then maybe that person recommends a product by word of mouth. Like, word of mouth is the most powerful marketing, I think.
The easy answer to this question, like my instant knee-jerk reaction is to be like, you shouldn't be friends with people who make you feel as though they don't value your friendship and she's obviously taking you for granted. And I know that that's such an easy place to go to. And that may be the case. And the friendship may go by the wayside. But I also know that we have been sold this almost like fantasy on social media, on Instagram, that anyone can start a business and that when you start a business, it's going to, start to grow and you'll be able to be self-sufficient. It is so fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
It is so hard. And in those initial years or months or whatever it is, and for some people, it's all they are able to achieve, is that the people who are your customer base are your friends. And sometimes that line can become super, super blurry and super kind of, I guess, like, if she doesn't have good self-awareness or self-boundaries, she may not realize how she's making you feel. And if you're not verbalizing how you feel, then she doesn't realize she's done anything wrong. The only thing I want to kind of, I guess, maybe give you a bit of grace with, in terms of like, give her a bit of grace, because it's something that I know I struggled with some of my friends early on when I was, very much in the thick of Tony May, even now with Life Uncut and social media and all of that shit. Some of my closest friends who I might take too long to get back to because I'm so busy with work and with the kids, they would look at my social media and go, "Bet you were online. Bet you were posting on Tony May." My social media is very much my work. And so I don't see that as being like, "Oh, I'm connecting with all of these other people." It is a business for me. As much as it's something that I enjoy doing, it is also very, very much a business, especially Tony May. And my friends now, because I've been able to have those honest conversations with them, they don't, at least I think, my very close friends don't look at me online and go, "Oh, well, she's online, but then she didn't reply to me," because they know that I have to do this in order to make an income and move my business and all that sort of stuff. So the lines do get very, very blurred. And I think the only way to overcome this is having good communication. And once you've done that, then you can assess, okay, well, does she put effort into this friendship? Is the friendship of value to me? Has it been, the season, the reason, the lifetime? Has the season passed of this friendship? But you're not going to know that unless you sit down and actually kind of figure out with her or talk to her about how you're feeling.
The other thing is, I think as you get older, there's a really blurry line and we blur it. But if I'm being completely honest, friendships are a priority, but I will guarantee you paying bills are more of a priority. So sometimes things get forgotten. Replying to people gets forgotten. Friendships get forgotten. Not forgotten, but like you replying saying, "Let's catch up for a drink next week." She probably wants to, and I'm guilty of this too, but work will always be a priority to people over a friendship. And
Well, she's like, "I got to sell some skincare first to pay for the drink."
But it actually is that. And I don't want people to take that the wrong way. But if you are in a position where you are prioritizing friendships over your work, fucking good on you. But that means you are in a wonderful position in your life to not have to worry about selling things, making money, the money coming in to pay for that social life. And it's nothing personal, but people right now are going to prioritize their work because it is more important, and that is not a bad thing. But you cannot deny that your life revolves around work because we have to survive. People need to pay their bills and put a roof over their kids' head and dress their kids and get them to school, and that unfortunately is only done by making money in any way that you can.
Yeah, and I know that there will be a lot of people who will listen to this and be like, "No, this friendship is being abused," which it may
It could
be.
be.
It absolutely may be. And I don't want to discredit that because that's a very real possibility. But I think explore the other options first. Have a think about, what does it mean to her if she doesn't sell product that week? Is that the only stream of income she has coming in? That may be why she's so mono-focused on it. And that may be why she is at a point where she's exploiting her friends and it may feel desperate and it may affect your friendship, absolutely. But it might not come from such a awful place. It might come from a place of feeling as though she has no other options. And that's her trying to hustle without having the marketing knowledge or the rest of the knowledge that is required to actually start your own business. And maybe that's my biggest gripe is that, like I said at the very beginning, this idea that we've been sold this dream that anyone can start a business, work for yourself, you don't need to work for the man. And that is a beautiful dream. But in order to do that, you also have to have the other skills that go along with it as to how to create an audience base, how to market to an extensive network that moves beyond your friendship circle, how to grow that network. What does that look like? And that is so hard, and it is such a specific skill set that requires a lot of different types of education, not just around I'm passionate about this product and I want to sell a product.
Yeah, and the only reason I've spent so much time breaking down this side of it is because to me, the other side's obvious. We've told you 1,000 times, like you don't have to be friends with someone you don't want to or that's not serving you. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. I just think there was another side to this question that may be overlooked by a lot of people.